This is Stars and Scopes with your friend Uma, updated every new and full moon with guidance based on planetary transits in the current sky and extra support from tarot. For accuracy, take a look at your rising sign first if you know it, and do feel free to listen to your sun, moon and rising if you'd like the full picture. If you're interested in your birth chart, check out the readings page at umaruby.com. And if you'd like to support the work, head over to buymeacoffee.com/umaruby and you can buy me a coffee. Finally, if you're a visual learner, look up Uma Ruby Tarot on YouTube and you can watch and learn. Okay, let's take a look. Hello Aquarius and Aquarius Rising, welcome to your horoscope for the new moon happening in Cancer on the 29th of June at 12:52 p.m. if you're in the Southern Hemisphere with me. So if you wanted to ritualize and manifest and call it in, do it the night before on the 28th. If you wanted that blackness, there might be a little tiny sliver of the moon, but you know, we get the drift. You can do it during the day as well if you want to, but if you want to be exact. This is such a crazy time to be alive. Since the full moon, there's been so much change and so much to deal with, and so much has been called upon us to release, to really let go of. I can't think of anyone that I have spoken to that hasn't felt something like that. There's been a big shift. It almost feels like an eclipse. Like I think that I was really building myself up for eclipse season and big stuff happened then. But this last moon, the strawberry moon in Sagittarius, was huge. It was beyond. There's something about, I guess, the size of it and the kind of weight that lay upon us, because it was a strawberry moon, so it was a super moon quite close to the Earth, quite close to, in its ellipse. Anyhow, we've just gone through the gateway. So now in the Southern Hemisphere, we're celebrating Yule. We're celebrating that moment of the seasons shifting. This is when winter really begins. This is when candlelight and warmth and nourishment are so important to us, and that introspection is a really great thing to experience during this time. In the Northern Hemisphere, they're cutting sick and enjoying summertime. And again, you know, it's another sort of release, but in a different way. But let's talk about the moon. So the new moon in Cancer for you is in your 6th house of your everyday rhythms, of kind of, it's almost like the space that you exist in, that you know the rules and you abide by them. It's paying the bills and chopping the wood, and it's sort of almost like, because it's Cancer for you, it's a beautiful ritual. There's something sacred about this space for you. It's full of yourself. I wonder if, Aquarius, you feel at peace when you're in that sort of rhythm, in that if you find yourself a beat to count on, then you can chill in, and then you still can start to sort of introspectively sort of look at your emotions and things like that. To manifest, which is what we do at a new moon, we call in what it is that we wish to see in our lives in that particular area. So for a 6th house manifestation, I would imagine it would be a lot to do with your health, with your vessel, with your body. And I don't know if you've been, maybe that's been like a lax thing for you. I don't think so. You're an Aquarius. I think you're pretty on it. And you're so in tune with your body in that beautiful watery Cancer way, that it's, health is not maybe something that goes by the wayside for you, but this would be a great moment, and it could be to do with your brain space too. It could be to do with how you're going to regenerate and to keep the mind healthy and to keep the heart healthy as you move forward. How are you going to almost, yeah, as I said before, like ritualize the day to day, you know, like brushing your teeth is a pleasure. Chopping the wood is a pleasure. Like everything's sacred, you know, the moments, if we, at this new moon, if we focus in on that idea of like not thinking about the future, because that causes anxiety, not dwelling on the past, because that can bring up depression. If we sit in this moment, Kate Bush has a beautiful song called The Jig of Life. And there's this, it's chaotic, the song, but there's a moment of quiet. It just stops. And then she says, I put this moment here. I put this moment here. That's been my mantra for like since the full moon. I've been like so wigged out, but I've said to myself, I put this moment here. And it's been okay. It's been okay. So the tarot cards for where the new moon is playing out, so the sun and the moon are bang on together, and they're at 7 degrees of Cancer, and the tarot card for that is the Two of Cups. Now this is the beautiful beginning of something fresh. This is a beautiful emotional exchange, and it's the very start. It's the start of something new. So I wonder if we can focus in on this energy, and if we can put on the layer, the filter of your 6th house, of your daily tasks, of your rituals, the rituals that you go through in life to maintain calm. Maybe this is you finding yourself. Maybe this is you and this is you. There's a beautiful coming back to earth. I mean, that's more Kate Bush, but you know what I mean. This is nice. For your reading, I'm going to leave these tarot cards here because there is another square, another difficult energy, but that always seems to happen because all the planets are scooped up. But it's with Jupiter, and we love Jupiter. She's our auntie. She's our, you know, the one full of encouragement. She's the one, you know, how I said it before, like she's sitting in the front row of whatever sporting event that you were in or theatre show, and she's like, oh yes darling, she's got the video camera, she's all over it. Jupiter loves you. Jupiter just wants to like zoom in and grow it out. And so at the moment she's at 7 degrees in Aries, which is forming that square between the moon and the sun and Jupiter. And Aries for you is in your 3rd house, which is communication, and it's your village. So if there's something, if there's like a voice, if you're finding your voice in that space, in the village, if you're finding the courage to communicate and to be the messenger and to send messages out, you know, to do with whatever, I don't know, but it's something about you expressing yourself. Jupiter's there, and Jupiter's like, but okay, so don't get too lost in the daily rhythms, and don't get too lost in 6th house stuff, because there was that thing that you needed to say. There was that you needed to tell somebody this. You needed to stand by your side and push it through. So in that way, the square isn't that combative. I guess at the moment, it would just be a reminder. I think if we look at Jupiter as the reminder to not get lost in your own world, because Aquarius, you love to do that, and that's completely perfect, and that's you. That's who you are. That's beautiful. But there's something that you needed to say. There's a message that you needed to get through, to put out and get through, that needs to come out. So it's, yeah, in some ways it's expressing yourself, or in some ways it's maybe just your position in the village. You know, it's different now. I get that sense. It might have a lot to do with this independence. You know, I mean, this, yeah. Well, I'm going to pull some more tarot for us, but there's this mirror here in the 6th house is really telling me it's. I think for the new moon, let's manifest our relationship with ourselves, and then, you know, feel that, oh, but I've got to say something. Feel it, and then we can move through that. But I'm going to pull some more tarot cards. I'm going to keep these ones here. I'm going to pull a couple more just to see if we can flesh out a little bit of a story. Okay, Spirit, give me some Aquarius love, please. I need something for Aquarius, please. A 10 of Wands. I feel you, babe. Yeah. End of a cycle. End of a cycle. Too much. Too much, too much. You can let it go now. 3 of Cups. It's that reunion. Oh, I got 2 here. The 5 of Wands and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, this is telling me a pretty clear story. So this commitment to yourself, this breaking free of whatever it is, to come back to the rhythm, the ritual of your daily life as an individual, and that comfort that you feel by yourself has come because there has been too much weight on your back. You're exhausted. There was something that just had run its course and you had to put it down. And so as you move forward from this, you're looking forward to reconciliation. You're looking forward to I mean, the 3 of Cups here, I'm thinking 3rd house, I'm thinking the village, I'm thinking communication, messages. So that you're looking forward to stepping out and letting everyone know who you are and what you've been through, and coming back to maybe some spaces that have been left for now because of this weight, this other, this struggle, you know. Beautiful, passionate card, the 10 of Wands. It's almost a triumph. It's almost like a, oh God, like, let's push this over to the nth degree, to the end of this cycle. Let's finish this. I can't carry this weight anymore. Let me be free so I can reunite and I can let people know where I've been, because I've been missing. I've gone missing. This is not going to come without a little more struggle. We're going to switch back to the 5 of Wands. There's going to be some battle of the minds. There's going to be, it's almost like a dogfight. So if you think of it in that way, like you think, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. It's not something that's going to, because you're free, you know, you're coming back to yourself. But there might be a toing and froing of supremacy, something like that. But don't, you're not a charity case as well. Why am I saying this? You are entitled and welcome to receive help from other people. As your muscles relax, as you put this down, and as you slowly stand up, you're entitled to help from other folks. And so this 2 of Wands here in the 3rd, it's almost like a will I, won't I? Like, will I say what I mean? Will I tell this, or will I not? Will I keep it to myself because I'm okay? That's going back to the 10 of Wands, and it's sort of like, you don't need to do that anymore. Like, you've put, like, the 10 of Wands is like set it down. You've put it down. So relish in that. Relish in that that reconciliation. Reach out. Yeah, maybe follow Jupiter's advice, I guess, in this moment of, okay, so it's, what am I manifesting? Who am I? I mean, that's what I'm hearing here. That's what I'm getting from this reading. It's sort of like, okay, time to manifest. 6th house, great, practical. What do I do? What do I do by myself? What do I do? I don't know what I do. How do I have fun? How do I make this thing run? I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe that's the message that you need to send out. Maybe that's in that reconciliation space as you're meeting up with folks, as you're sending messages, putting the word out to your to describe your experience. I mean, this could be your brain as well. I don't know. I have a feeling that there might be there's some opinions out there which you need to steel yourself for and rebuff, and don't worry about it. But people want to help. That's the reading. People want to help you, babe, as you're coming out and rediscovering who it is that you are, and as you're, finding the rhythm again in those daily rituals, and that sort of, I'll pay my bills and I'll chop the wood and I'll make dinner, and in that newness of these spaces, because you've set down that 10 of Wands, you've set down that weight, you've let it go. So in that space of reacquainting yourself and calling it in, what do I want my daily rhythms to look like? What do I want my life to be from now on? You can tell other people, and you can accept their advice, but to a point. I think maybe it's time for you, Aquarius, to be the one that's doing the talking and have somebody else do the listening. Yeah, that's the reading. Great. Well, new moon blessings. The sand's run out, so I'm going to dash off. All my love, and head over to umaruby.com if you'd like a personal reading, and you can also send me a little tip if you'd like at buymeacoffee.com/umaruby. Until I see you again in 2 weeks at the full moon in Capricorn, I just want you to know that I love you and I think you're great. So take care, Aquarius. This is a big one and I can sense it. So go gently. Much love. Take care.